Ess Bizgrants is available as a standalone product, or it is part of the Ess BIZTOOLS Gold package that you can access this wonderful array of information on government grants, whether they're federal, state or territory grants. Grants are great for small medium enterprises because they receive around 50%, in some cases up to 75%, of the cost of a project that they might not have undertaken if there hadn't been a government grant. So they receive a significant contribution. Grants range from a few $1,000s up to $1 million. It's also very good work for accountants and business advisors because you're able to create a new income stream from being proactive in assisting your clients and prospects in obtaining grants. David Smith, the former president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Australia and managing director of Smith Inc. and the Australian Technology Showcase for Accountants, issued a testimonial to us when we launched Ess Bizgrants a few years ago. And that testimonial is shown in the webinar on Ess Bizgrants as part of this promotional material. And David said this is a tool that should reside in every accountant's office. Every accountant's office in Australia, David Smith said, and he is quite sincere about that. If accountants are going to be the trusted advisors to our small, medium enterprise clients, just as accountants are very familiar and experts in taxation, corporate law, and a whole range of business matters, grants is up there with those activities that accountants should be very familiar with, or utilising systems that enable them to be very familiar with grants. So the process is you enter your client profile. 16 questions to be answered, will take a few minutes to enter the profile, and then all you have to do is update it in the following years. You then need to answer some supplementary questions because when you enter that grant profile and enter the Australian Taxation Office business number code for that particular industry that the client's involved in, you will be given a list of grants that the system is saying could apply to your client. But you then need to answer some further questions. It won't take long. You don't have to answer questions for every one of the potential grants that have been identified. Only the ones that you think your client could really be interested in. As part of this process, you then get access to a précis on those individual grants, so you can quickly read it and say, oh yeah, that would probably suit this particular client. You can access a paper that we have prepared on that grant so that you could badge that with your name and send it to your client to read. And there's also a work process form which has been prepared to assist you or your client to prepare the grant application. So it's broken the grant application down into all of its components. The system will then produce a grant report which will have your client's name on it, your firm's name and the date. And it includes a synopsis of the individual grants that have been identified, that the supplementary questions have been answered, together with details of what the grant funding is, and you could attach to that a copy of the articles on the particular grant. So in a very proactive manner, your client will observe that you are assisting them to have a better understanding of the grants that might be available to them. So your client will not be complaining to people like me that their accountants don't keep them aware of grants, because what they really get upset about is when one of their competitors receives a grant that they know nothing about. So welcome to this overview of Ess Bizgrants. We look forward to you being a subscriber. Have a great day. Goodbye.